Hey Spearfishing Down Under, welcome back to part 2 of my trip with Ryan Moore. We, last episode, set a list of 4 fish. We wanted to find snapper, we wanted to find cuss fish, we wanted to find jewfish, and we wanted to find pearl perch. Last episode, we found a really nice snapper.
Yeah, that's epic!
We found a really nice tuss fish. This episode is actually the next 2 days of our trip. The first day is an absolute glass out, and our focus at the start of that day was actually to find pearl perch. We started off drifting together with the boat. It was so flat, we could drift together because there's a bit of current and just use a mermaid line off the drifting boat. Go back up again. But I used like lime juice and made like a lime juice one.
Yeah.
The guy from Noob Spearo, he's a good cook and he made this beautiful ceviche.
Yeah.
I tried to do the same, it was pretty crap. He made it amazing. I've got that blue line sinks. Now my focus was to basically let Ryan dive, point out where the best place is to dive, and try and follow him down and dive with him just to make sure I was close to the boat. Second or third dive he did, I came down beside him. And I landed on the bottom, and to my right I saw a nice gold spot wrasse, a fish he's never seen before. Grabbed him on the fin, pointed it out. He swam across, stalked it really well. Shot a really nice gold spot wrasse. That's a gold spot wrasse, they're yummy.
What is this one?
Gold spot wrasse.
Gold spot wrasse. Is this what you wanted me to shoot?
Yeah, that's what I was
Cool.
pointing at.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones Tim likes.
Yeah, they're cool, they're yummy.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Was that a snapper on the other side there?
No, that was just a bucket of crap. Terrible tasting fish.
That's a fish that kind of looked like what I thought the snapper looked like.
Yeah, same
I
shape.
don't think that's what he wanted
No.
to shoot.
That's a really nice, that's a female. The males are like purple. That's a really nice female one. That's a beautiful.
Look at the colors on that thing.
Beautiful animals and beautiful to eat.
Unbelievable.
So tasty.
That is seriously, that might be the most beautiful wrasse I've ever shot.
So sweet. We did a couple more dives together on this drift after he shot the gold spot wrasse, and it was looking quite fishy, but not quite the fish that we wanted. We made a move to an area that I have seen and shot pearl perch in the past. So next dive, I landed on a blue groper. This is a fish that in Queensland you are allowed to spear. New South Wales, totally protected. But this one we just let swim by. Next drop, we landed on some pearlies. I pointed out to Ryan, there was 3 or 4 fish there. Picked out the biggest of them and shot himself his very first pearl perch. Now, if you're wondering why we would target these little silver fish, they are the tastiest fish. You would have seen in a previous episode where I called them the chicken of the sea, and that's what they're called here in Queensland. They are sweet, they are tasty, they are really lovely to eat. I did another dive while Ryan was putting that in the boat, and again I landed on these pearl perch. These fish were borderline legal, so I thought we'd move again to another area that I'd seen pearlies before. I might just re-maneuver the boat, re-anchor, just so I can have the boat sitting right where we want it to. We're actually sitting like all the countries there.
Right, we're just back from it.
Yeah. Now you'll notice I said, hey, let's re-anchor. We were only moving the boat about 20 meters, but when the visibility is down like this, the little things matter. Making sure the boat's sitting right on the area you want to dive so that you're not having to swim along the bottom. This depth was around 26 to 27 meters, so swimming along the bottom becomes painful. We re-anchored, and the very first dive, I landed on super fishy area. I just creeped a couple of meters along the bottom, looked into a hole, I saw big pearlies, backed off and went up and called Ryan to dive down with me next dive. We come down together, landed right on that hole. Ryan lined up the biggest pearlie sitting in that cave. And he shot himself a really nice pearlie. Next dive, I came down the bottom, saw a couple of pearls. I wasn't quite sure if they were legal. I saw a scorpion fish. This is a really tasty fish called a red rock cod. I wasn't keen on him. I definitely wasn't keen on putting my hand on him, but I noticed a nice parrot swimming by. These fish are really tasty, so I took the parrot. Next dive, Ryan and I dove together again. I hit the bottom and I was laying right over that arch and that cave where those pearlies were. Ryan came in beside me, aimed up at the biggest one, and again shot himself another nice pearlie.
That one might even be bigger than the one you shot before.
Look at those two.
Pearlies, you!
At this stage, we've got a really nice feed. A couple of pearlies, parrot, a few other fish, and we decided we were gonna focus on chasing a mulloway. Up the anchor and move the boat. Current was perfect for one of my favorite mulloway jewfish spots, and I was just about to drop the anchor, and the Queensland Maritime thought they'd come and pay me a visit. Now, as we all know, at times I cannot keep up my gear the way that I should. I might have a rusty spear or two. And unfortunately, the Queensland Maritime discovered I had a rusty canister or two on my life jackets and kindly asked me to return home. Now, when we come home, we actually checked the weather for the next day, and unfortunately, the weather for the next day was looking terrible. In the 6 hours, 8 hours we'd been in the boat and left home, the weather had totally changed, and the next day was looking like 20 to 25 knots. We still had one fish on the list. We still had the mulloway. I'm like, let's brave it, let's do it. One of my go-to sayings is you gotta be in it to win it, so we decided we're still gonna go, we're still gonna make it happen. We got up early, we headed to the boat ramp, got to the boat ramp, and already it was starting to drizzle and rain, and it was blowing so strong. But I'm like, let's do it, let's get out, let's make it happen. Put Ryan in at a couple spots, and there was quite strong current against the wind. First spot, looking for mulloway, landed just thermocline, dirty bottom, no fish. We moved along a bit further to a different reef. He dove, a bit cleaner, a bit nicer, but again, no mulloway. So we moved further along to an area where the current wasn't quite as bad and we could drop the anchor and dive together. First dive we dove together, and I came down the bottom, through the warm water, through the thermocline layer, to a freezing cold, crystal clear bottom with hardly any fish. I was like, 7 o'clock in the morning, we haven't seen a fish yet, we're not gonna see a fish. I'll be honest, my mental game wasn't doing great as I heading back to the surface from that dive. I'd noticed when I was sounding in to drop the anchor that I'd actually seen fish probably 20 meters from where we dove that dive. I thought, you know what, let's just swim over and dive where I'd seen the fish on the sounder on the way in. We dove down, come through the dirty layer, and just were laying on the edge of that dirty, warm, cold, and I crept forward and I could hear mulloway So I just laid on the bottom and waited. As I was waiting in the distance, I see a mulloway, a jewfish, coming straight at me. I look to my right, Ryan, he's not there. I couldn't believe it. No, this is the fish we'd taken 3 days to get to target, and he's not gonna see it. This is gonna be a tough day's diving. I looked again, is he behind me? I figured he hadn't followed me, and I was just thinking in my head I should back off and swim to the surface, when from my left, bang, a spear goes straight through the head of that jewfish. I was stoked. I swum over. I'm trying to knuckle him. He wasn't looking. He was just trying to pull up that fish. We get to the surface. Both of us are going crazy. I was stoked. I couldn't believe it. All 4 fish were ticked off our list.
Yeah! I didn't think you were there. I'm looking, I'm like, where'd he go? No way. I'm like, that Jew's just about headbutting us. Where is he?
It's not often that all of the plans come together and just happen like this, even when there'd been some challenges in the middle.
As soon as we hit the bottom there, I could hear him. I'm like, here they come, here they come. You got him? Fast in there?
Yeah, I got him.
Yes! Woo! I'm looking around, I'm like, where are you? I look to my right, you're to my left.
Yeah. I saw him coming in and I was like, oh, that's perfect.
How close was he to me? He just like swim like it is.
Oh, yeah.
And then you said, the bulls!
Oh, yeah.
I actually thought you didn't come down. I'm like, oh no, he didn't follow me. And all of a sudden the spear just flew through it.
Oh, dude, he's so cute. I was just watching him swim and he came in all nice.
Oh.
I was gonna let him turn before I shot him. So that's perfect.
Totally, so good.
Oh.
See how like, when you come down, I could hear him, and we were above that real cold layer.
Yeah.
So that's why I stay there.
Shaft's coming. Wow, dude, they look so similar.
So similar.
Wow. Here in Australia, couldn't wait for white sea bass season. So Tim took me out today for our jewfish here, and unbelievable. We came down on the spot, not a lot of bait, cold on the bottom, pretty dirty. Hearing them croak, so we wait and wait. This thing comes right through the channel in the rocks, comes right up to us. So beautiful. Nice shoulders. Let him turn and got that nice going away shot. Unbelievably awesome. Look at the colors on this thing.
How's the dots down the side?
Oh my gosh.
That's the diamonds down the side there.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah!
Ryan now had his fish. It was blowing a gale. It was rough. I was like, let's just go home. Like, I've shot 1,000 Jew.
What did he say?
Well, that's a bad thing to say. I've shot a lot. Let's not say I shot 1,000 Jew. We got in the boat, it was blowing. Ryan had shot his fish. We're tossing up whether we keep on going. And Ryan said, hey, how about you just do a couple of dives and see if you can find one? I'm like, that's a good plan. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go spot to spot on just some of my best spots and see if I can find myself a Jew. First spot, dove, hit the bottom, cold, crystal clear, no fish. That's not the spot. Next spot, dove again, bit the same, not the fish that I wanted. And I could feel that things had changed, the current had changed direction. So I went to one of my go-to spots. First dive, come down between the crack, hit the bottom. Bait spooked everywhere. I knew what that meant. In come really nice school of mulloway. I aimed up. I noticed the second one was a little bigger. I just moved my gun an inch again, just a little bit of hesitation, boom, whole school was gone. I was thinking to myself, Tim, that is dumb. Why didn't you just take the first fish? I waited there and they turned around. And you know what? The biggest one comes straight back. 17 kilos, beautiful fish. Hit the surface. Ryan was stoked, I was stoked.
Big school. Nice. Like, I don't know, 30 fish. I was on the bottom, they all just come in like this, looking at me. And I'm like, oh, that one's a bit bigger. And they spooked and all gone. And I'm like, oh, you idiot, I should have shot that first one. And I should have shot the second one before I even spooked. And then they all just come back in again. And I'm like, oh, that's a big one. Bullshit to the face.
We threw that fish in the boat. And you know what? We hightailed it home, 25 knot wind, come in through the bar. We were stoked. We got all of those fish, took some nice photos on the beach. Now, I love being able to dive with mates like this. We hadn't seen each other for a number of years. He was able to come over here and dive together with me, and I was able to show him a bit of my backyard. We had fun together. We had a blast. Now, Ryan and I are both sponsored by Rife. Now, Rife is incredible equipment. If you're wondering, and many people ask what guns I use a Rife Euro. Both of us use those guns. They're incredible guns. And as you can see through this, laser accurate, great for taking fish. Thank you, as always, for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Again, we encourage you. Make sure you keep sharing these. We want to reach as many people as we can, hopefully inspire as many people as we can to get in and do some diving, do some spearfishing, and get into this great sport.